Hey everybody, Mac to Monster, back with Diablo 3, and this time we're doing a video documentary of my Witch Doctor. And I had fun with the Witch Doctor, probably my second best character. Um, Basically running the Zuni Moss's set with the pets, and just having fun watching the pets go crazy and rampage over everything. So, going into the gear, um, probably start the same place I did with my last character, the wizard, and start with the ring. This is actually a second ring, Grandeur, Ring of Royal Grandeur. The other one was ancient. I keep it on the wizard so I can switch back and forth much easier. Uh, so this one's got 493 intellect, 6% attack speed, and 44% critical hit damage. Pretty similar to the other one. And of course, this allows me to wear one less piece of Zunamas's set. So I can get a few extra pieces of gearing going on. I do have Zunamas's Pox. This is non-ancient, but it's got 465 intellect, 48% critical hit damage, and 6% crit hit chance. And 155 cold resistance as a secondary is pretty nice. There's no good secondary here, other than the set bonus. So going over to my necklace, this is an ancient Talisman of Aranak. It's got 970 intellect, 90% critical hit damage, 9.5% crit chance, 180 arcane resistance, and it prevents all cold damage, which actually is a little bit more useful than I thought it would be, especially in higher grifts when those cold circles ramp up and explode. So it heals 14% of the amount prevented. And let's see, let's go to my weapon here. I got a Doombringer. I have not been lucky enough to get an SMK. Obviously, I'd rather have an SMK. But as a backup, Doombringer is not too bad for the pets. It gives physical damage of 17% more damage. My pets are physical, so that beefs up the pets. This has got 7% increased damage, 945 intellect, and increased attack speed of 7%. So it helps the pets out pretty good. It's ancient, so it's about as best as I've found so far. And it's got a critical hit damage gem in it. And then my offhand is a Zunamas's String of Skulls. This one ancient, so pretty nice. 464 to 573 damage, pretty good. 989 intellect, 886 vitality, critical hit chance of 10, and fetish army damage of 22%. And I rolled a socket, so I got an extra gem in there. And I got 2.3% chance to freeze on hit as a secondary, so that's not too shabby. And of course, the Zunamasa set for a 2-piece, your fetish army lasts until they die. That's really what you're looking for. A 4-piece, you and your pets take 2% less damage for every fetish you have alive, so that's pretty awesome right there. And a 6-piece, enemies hit by your mana spenders take 275% more damage from your pets for 4 seconds. And that's pretty awesome right there. So I'll finish off the Zuni pieces. I got Ancient Zunamasa's Trail, the boots. 579 intellect, 620 vitality, 504 armor, 11% movement speed, with 178 arcane resistance as a secondary. That's pretty nice. I got Ancient Zunamasa's Cloth, the legs, 556 intellect, 597 vitality, 717 armor, with 176 physical resistance as a secondary. 2 sockets, 280 intellect gems in each. I got Ancient Zunamasa's Marrow. That's the chest. This one didn't roll so well. It's got 578 intellect, 122 resist all, and 15% fetish army damage. You know, obviously it could be a little better. And that's all the Zunamasa pieces, because we already covered the ring. So I'm just going to go from the top to the bottom. And I'm going to start with the Witching Hour over here. This is my belt. Did not go ancient, but it's still 494 intellect, 7% attack speed, 33% critical hit damage. This one's set up for poison dart. I tried the poison dart build as well. And it's got 143 poison resist on the secondary, so that's pretty good. Then over here I got Lakuni Prowlers, 474 intellect, 437 vitality, 6% attack speed, 6% critical hit chance, and 12% movement speed. Over here I got Tasker and Theos. These really help the pets out. 697 intellect, 664 vitality, 5% attack speed, 10% critical hit chance, and of course 154 lightning resist, which is a good secondary, but they also have the affix of increase the attack speed of your pets by 46%, which makes them pretty awesome. I have Augud's shoulders on. They rolled ancient, so they're the best shoulders I got at the moment. I'm not getting the set piece out of them. They're just there because they're the best shoulders I have. 616 intellect, 613 vitality, 129 resist all, and 14% fetish army damage. The 15% eludes me. And then I got a Mask of Jerem. This went ancient. It rolled okay. 983 intellect, 13% life, 5.5% crit chance. The 6% is eluding me again. And then awesome secondary, reduces duration of control and parrying effects by 40%. And of course the pets deal 85% more damage. I got a percent life gem in there, 23%. A cooldown gem would be nice also. I've bounced around between both. I kind of like having some more life though. I'm only at 638,000, so I have not decided which one I prefer. For gems, obviously I got an Enforcer. This is the one I've focused on. It's rank 46. Increases the damage of my pets by 28.80%, and they take 25% less damage. I have a Bane of the Trapped, standard, I think, gem for everybody. Increased damage against enemies under effects of crowd controlling effects by 27%. And you gain the aura, reduces the movement speed of all enemies within 15 yards by 30%. And then I kind of break the mold here, and I go with an Esoteric Alteration, which has gained 31% non-physical damage reduction. While below half-life, your resistances to cold, fire, lightning, poison, arcane are increased by 75%. And I find that helps me with survivability in the higher rifts. Yeah, I don't get one shot by lightning or arcane and stuff like that. I get two shot. And that's it for the gear. For the skills, I'm using Haunt Poison Spirit. That basically makes all the enemies take 20% more damage from all sources. Makes the pets hit harder. I'm using Spirit Walk Healing Journey. In case I get hit by something, I can hide and take cover and heal up a little bit. Gain 14% of my maximum life when I activate it. I'm using Piranhas, Frozen Piranhas. This chills them, and they also take 15% increased damage. This also helps trip off my Bane of the Trapped. Soul Harvest Languish. I gain 3% intellect for each affected enemy that I hit with this, up to 5 enemies. Lasts for 30 seconds, and also increases my armor by 30% and reduces the movement speed of harvested enemies by 80%. Also helps trip off Bane of the Trapped. I'm using zombie dogs, actually, chilled to the bone. Everything that they attack takes 15% increased damage and become chilled. Again, helps trip off Bane of the Trap. And then I'm using Fetish Army Legion of Daggers. This gives me 8 dagger wielding fetishes to run out there. Then I'm using Fetish Sycophants. That gives me more fetishes up there. And then I'm using Rush of Essence. This returns mana over 10 seconds. This basically allows me to cast Haunt all over the place. I can haunt everything. Pierce the Veil. All my damage is increased 20%, but my mana costs are increased by 30%. And Spirit Vessel. Reduced the cooldown of Horrify, Spirit Walk, and Soul Harvest by 2 seconds. In addition, the next time you receive fatal damage, you automatically enter the Spirit Realm for 2 seconds and heal 15% of your maximum life. This effect may occur once every 90 seconds, so it's basically an extra life. hopefully. And that's the skills. Paragon levels you can do as you wish. I don't really care about those. I'll spend them as I want. And let's see, I think I got a rank 40 grift already set up for me. Yep. So we'll pull off a rank 40 grift. I think I pulled a rank 44 is the highest. I don't know why, but going above that's hard. I can do the 40 pretty easily. Summon up my pets. Oops. Wrong button. Oh, I changed it for my Demon Hunter. It sucked me in right as I was about to soul harvest. How nice of them. I'm at 11 sycophants, so I should get to 12 pretty quick. Or 15. Oh, they caught me. Saw that happen. This is where the SMK would be beautiful, but this is why I have the passive that lets me get the mana back, so I can just spam this all day long and get the sycophants out. Because I don't have the SMK. Shannon's nice because you get to lay down as many piranhas as you want. Kind of messing me up not having my fingers where I want them. I reset a button for my Demon Hunter. He plays completely different. Trying to get everybody in line for videos. I try to soul harvest whenever there's a big group and it's off cooldown. You can spirit walk in, which sometimes I forget to do. I just run up there and soul harvest. Sometimes I purposely just run in and soul harvest instead of spirit walk, because I like to have spirit walk available. Well, there's some density, huh? When that happens, I come back, so I don't have the ability to really recast. I pull them back. They're teleporters, so they're bouncing all over the place on me, coming behind my front line. So I pull my front line back so they can basically be a front line again. Works pretty good. And that was a double pack, so. No, they killed him too fast for me. Soul harvest. No, my guys are all split up now. I'm gonna power pile on. This will tear things up. Shielding. I hate shielding. It lasts way too long. Shield pylon. Let's see what's this. See that cold? I'm actually immune to it, but the stun will still stun you for some reason. stone scene. This will be nice and easy. Well, that was a pretty easy rift, even though I died once. I shouldn't have, but oh well. That's it. That's my Witch Doctor. That's the Zunamasa build, Zuni's build. Playing with pets. It's pretty fun. I like it. They destroy things pretty good. Just to show, let's see, my leaderboards here. Here I am. Mech to Monster 44. Don't know why I can't get past that 44, but I can't. My buddy District is stuck at a 46. And he's got the SMK. If I only had that SMK, I bet I could get that 47. Anyways, if you're looking for a Zuni's build, that's basically how it works, what you're looking for. And hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helped. I'll talk to everybody real soon.